What's up everyone, this is From Chang bringing you yet another Armored Core 5 Design Corner. Today I've got a kind of unique build from the JP side. What I have right here is an anti-BR heavy. Nothing real complex, just a heavyweight unit that is impervious to battle rifles. So, I've seen this pop up quite a few times on the JP side. In my opinion, it's quite an interesting build, especially the way that its defenses are set up. But basically, people, well, my assumption is that people started getting, fed up with having to deal with battle rifles. And I was like, okay, let's build this AC. And here it is. It's, I guess you could say it's an alternative to using an HRJ and a quad, which both have naturally high CE defense and can buff out, battle rifles pretty easily. But, let's take a look at it and then you'll see what I mean. Alright, for the head we have the Siegfried. It's got pretty good defenses, second best right next to the Roland. And on top of that it's got really good scanning performance, which the Roland and the Beowulf both don't really have. As you can see, it's almost 3 times the amount. Also, it's got very good stability computation and camera performance, which means your AC is going to get a good speed boost. And it's going to be able to scan from a pretty good distance. You've got the KT-302. It's a CE core, very high CE defense, very good AP, thanks to the post-patch buff. Got kind of low recon units at 25, but it's got good energy conductivity at 110. As you'll see, this heavy is going to have a lot of CE parts, in order to buff out the battle rifles, as I mentioned earlier. Right, arms. We have the Sphere. Again, another CE part. It's got the highest firing stability, 199. It's got a little low defenses, but the firing stability kind of makes up for that. And drawback, same as always, the weight and the energy consumption. Legs. Now, there's a pretty big variation around in this area. Right now I have equipped the KT3 and 4, which I tend to see the most. My assumption is because it's a pretty fast, even for, being a heavyweight leg. It's got good defenses, kind of low KE due to the post-patch nerf, which took away some of its KE. It wasn't too bad, but took away quite a bit. But you can also see the Barguzin equipped. It's got better KE and CE defense. Or you can have the Jiuhua, which has, an extra 300 CE defense. That kind of depends, though, how you see the heavyweight being set up. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but there's not really a universal design for the anti-BR heavyweight. It's kind of all over the place. I've not seen a design that everyone uses it's not like an HRJ where there's one design, the Beowulf, Jotun, Severe, and Putua legs that you see everyone use. Everyone uses something different. Even the version I have is different from this one. Alright, for the FCS. I actually don't know what the internals are for the anti-BR heavyweight, so I'm kind of just guessing here. Based on my experiences and how the JP meta is. But the FCS I chose here is the Sahara FCS 199. It's a long range one. It's got a lock-on size of 13, fairly decent, and a lock-on range of 280. If you add on the camera performance from the Siegfried, I think that is about 310 to 340 range total that you'll be able to lock onto your opponent. So it's kind of a mid to long range FCS in terms of what you can use it for. Alright, I've got the KV3D3 Procne here. Again, that's just my personal choice. It's got very good energy output, very good energy capacity, and downside is that it's pretty freaking heavy, 1215. In comparison, the Sohn is only 1,000, so it weighs 200 more than any other generator. You should only really use this generator if you have the space. If not, use something else. KV 3D5 is also a good choice, or the high capacity or high regen also works. Alright, got the KT5R2 Borea on here. Again, that's just for the speed it gives. Right now, with it equipped, you got 293. You purge a couple weapons, even faster than that. It's fairly decent weight for a heavyweight. Right. For recon, I have the R36EA. Basically, you always use this recon whenever you have a core which doesn't have a lot of recon units. The KT302 only has 25, so you want something that's going to last you a long period of time. For arm weapons, again, battle rifles. Kind of irony, but yeah. Very useful weapons. The large hitboxes means that, you know, you only have to be, it doesn't have to be a direct hit to actually do damage. Maxes out, I think, 2590 attack. And in the shoulder, I've got a USC-1 Danabad subcomputer, which increases the lock-on time, makes all your weapons lock on faster. It's pretty good choice, especially since the Sahar has a kind of low lock-on time. If I remember, it's, let's see, I think it's 100? Yeah, lock computation 100, so it helps quite a bit. Now the back weapons, these ones are, like I said, kind of all over the place. The ones I kind of seen the most is the sniper rifles, usually a 12V or a Zlatko. Kind of odd in my opinion, but it is what it is. 12V, as you can see here, has good attack power, 3100. What it has over the Sidon Bomb, which is one of the most commonly used sniper rifles, is that it has a very high impact force, 1453 as you can see here, which is on par with the USG-11 shotgun. Also has great muzzle velocity, 1165, that's almost 300 more than a Sidon Bomb. Downsides, big reason why it isn't used that much, is its optimal range is only 350, about, which means you're fighting, you know, that's about almost mid-range to almost long range. And the base lock and the reload time is pretty high. As you can see here, it's at 501. That's like a good 4 to 6 seconds, I believe. Zlatko rifles, pretty similar as well. Used even less because it's got low ammo. And its stats usually don't stack up to a Sidon Bomb. But as I mentioned earlier, this is the choice that I see most people use on JP's side. Now, like I mentioned before, what's interesting about the build is the way its defenses are set up. As you can see here, its KE is its lowest at 1150. That means it's basically weak to most of the KE weapons, and even some of the higher power shotguns, which is pretty bad news as shotguns do a lot of damage even without, you know, having a high attack power. Think about what it does when it, you know, has a higher power than a defense. It's going to rip through you. But the thing is, the important thing to note here is that people built the battle rifle heavy because, you know, they were tired of dealing with battle rifles. It was like, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. It's like, I don't like rifles either, but I like battle rifles even less. So it's probably where that choice came from. So you won't be buffing out anything with the KE, you know, except maybe a Gatling gun. But the advantages are that with a heavyweight, you are buffing out all of the TE weapons, which is a big weakness of the HRJ and the quad, no matter how you build them. But you're also buffing out the battle rifles, obviously. So that's two things you don't have to worry about. And if you go against a team where they're not using rifles, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. I remember doing that one executive sector, and that was pretty awesome. But anyway, as I mentioned before, this is a bit of a unique build on JP's side. I don't really see anyone running this around on NA except for maybe, you know, a few new people. It's designed to be, like I said before, and said every single time, battle rifle resistant. It's supposed to be decently fast and still be an effective attack platform. And I think that covers everything for this Armored Core 5 Design Corner. As always, if you like this video, please like it, obviously, and please subscribe to the channel. And if there's a build you'd like to see me discuss or talk about, leave me a message in the comments or even on, PSN. And you might see it up on this channel one day. This is From Cheng, signing out.
Main system activating combat mode.